I'm Jane Lunnan. I'm with the Ashe County Arts Council in West Jefferson, and I've got another update on the arts in Ashe. I'm really happy to have a couple of guests with me today. We've got Mark Suggs and Gilly McNee.
Hello.
They're both here representing the Ashe County Little Theater. Welcome, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And you're in rehearsal for the 2015 spring production of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yes, we are.
How's it going?
It is going very well, despite weather and illness and all other those early spring things that get in your way.
Rehearsals at this time of the year can be a real challenge.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So you're both in the production. Mark, you've got the lead role, right?
The lead character, yeah.
And that character's name, who most people don't know the name, is McMurphy.
R.P. McMurphy, right.
R.P. McMurphy. Well, tell us a little bit about your character and how it relates to the whole story.
Hey, well, McMurphy is kind of a con man. He's a little bit of a renegade. He's come to the asylum because he's decided he'd rather do that than weed the fields on a work farm.
Than to be in jail.
Exactly.
Right.
Which is as a part of a court sentence. The book, I believe, is late 50s, early 60s. I think the movie set it a little later. The play, which is based on the book but not any relation to the movie, doesn't really say the time period. So I think we're kind of hitting it around the early 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in many ways, it's a universal theme.
Oh,
and,
sure.
And it's really a timeless kind of story. So the setting doesn't make that much difference, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
And the idea is, I think McMurphy's discovering, the value of humans, other humans. It's not just about him. I think that's kind of what his arc is all about.
That's a good lesson for everybody.
Sure, definitely, yeah. So yeah, it's a very interesting role to play. There's lots of lines, but they come real well as far as the script. It's well written, so that they're kind of natural dialogue.
Well, and you've got a great cast to play off of, and,
Oh,
and that
definitely,
makes
yes.
all the difference in the world in being able to deliver your lines. Gilly, you're not a stranger to Ashe County Little Theater.
No, I've been involved off and on since 2000, and I did want to say that the crux of the story is really the between the nurse, who is in charge of the asylum, and McMurphy. And she is very, very cold and, crisp and does not put up with any nonsense. And he is nothing but nonsense. He comes in and he starts gambling with the other inmate or the other. It's not an inmate in an asylum. You know what I mean? Patients at the asylum. And then he organizes a party and brings women in, and it's.
So McMurphy sort of shakes things up.
He does,
yes.
yes.
Yes, he does.
And Gilly, you play one of the other patients
Yes,
that
I play
are there in the facility.
Cheswick, and he's his own little cluster of interesting insanity, and it's a lot of fun to play.
Has it been fun to define that character and to be able to let that interact with all the other characters?
It really has. It's interesting because Cheswick is not a very happy fellow. He's kind of grim and angry and that sort of thing. But at the same time, there's a really nice moment between him and one of the other characters when he's suddenly kind of breaks that wall down and is helps them through a moment. And it's nice. It really is. Good.
There are lots of pithy moments, for lack of a better word, but a lot of very thought-provoking.
It is a very light, heavy show. The theme is very dark and heavy, but the show is hilarious.
And I guess we should let the audience know that PG 13.
Yes,
definitely. This is not a show for children because
right.
of the subject matter. Some language.
Yeah, we've toned some of the language
situations.
back, but yeah.
So do keep that in mind, that this is for a little bit more sophisticated audience. Ashe County Little Theater, Mark, this is your first experience with Ashe County Little Theater.
That's
Certainly
right.
not a first theater experience for you. You bring lots of experience to the stage. And Ashe County Little Theater always welcomes lots of new folks getting involved, both on stage and behind the scenes. The behind the scenes aspect is always huge in
Yes.
being able to pull off a good production.
We've already started building sets, even though we're still 3 weeks out.
Great.
So.
Well, let's remind the folks of the date. This is Ashe County Little Theater's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It will open on Friday, April 17th. It will run Friday night and Saturday night at 7:30. A Sunday matinee on April 19th at 2 o'clock. The productions all take place on the stage of the Ashe Civic Center. You know, if you haven't been to the Civic Center, it's a wonderful, intimate, 300-seat theater. Not a bad seat in the house, great sound, great acoustics, and a real dedicated core of volunteers. This is an all-volunteer, community-based theater group that pulls off 4 quality productions a year.
Yes. It's
Not to be missed. It is reserved seating in the Ashe Civic Center. Tickets are $16 for adults, $5 for students. And you can get the tickets by calling the Ashe County Arts Council. Our number is 336-846-2787. We can do those ticket reservations over the phone for you. Tickets are available at the door, if they're still available, right?
Right.
We expect this to be another sellout for Ashe County Little Theater. And before we wrap up, any closing thoughts from y'all about the show? Why should folks be there? Don't miss it.
It is a high energy, fast paced show, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It really is. So.
Well, we can tell that y'all are having fun with it on the stage, and I know that that will communicate to fun for the audience and a great theater experience.
Y'all come.
Ashe County Little Theater. Gilly and Mark, thank you so much
Sure.
for being in the show. Thanks for being here with me today to share the word about One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Check out the information on the Arts Council's website, ashcountyarts.org, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the Civic Center April 17, 18, and 19 for Cuckoo's Nest.
Thank you, Jane.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.